Not a big deal. Just make a fresh one. Boop and oop and
I think Jeff is both a shark and a dog. It's a land shark.
similar. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got the energy of a dog. That's for sure. There we go. All right. What does that even mean? It's a quadruped shark, right? Exactly. All right,
Your
cool.
title song was crazy.
Yeah. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, today's question of the day, as you can see by the title and the announcement and things like that, the question of the day today is, how vital is a VTuber design? So, off the jump, what do you just think of the question, just like as is, like as a you think they are, you think they aren't?
I don't really think it's very vital to have one unless you're super serious about being a streamer. Like
Okay.
you can go out to like Etsy and get one of those customizable pre-made models and do like an IRL VTuber of yours, and you'd honestly just be very fine.
Right. And I think that's really important too, because especially like starting out, you don't know like your commitment level. Like, you don't
Mm-hmm.
know like if it's going to be something for you or something that you like. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
trying to go like a little bit too gung ho with a design where it's just like you don't know how much you actually want to commit when you start the streaming aspect of it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
might be a lot of like wasted time, resources, and things like that.
I always say after getting affiliate, do 6 months of affiliate, then see if you want to keep on doing it.
Hmm. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I can see that. I can see
Mm-hmm.
that. I can see that. 50-50. Okay. It's vital, says chat. Okay, okay, okay. I'm just looking at what chat thinks about this. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Feel free to put your guys' input too. Morals are less important at the start. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I agree with
very
that.
much.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Little
Uh,
PNG model wouldn't mind.
yeah.
You could get one of those little like fishy ones, the little animal ones, and you'd be super fine.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, that too. Like, it doesn't always have to be like a full on model. Like you just said, you can do. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like I started with just like PNG, and then just
Same.
like literally what I would do is like I just had a one of my friends, they made like a little design thingy, and then I
Mm-hmm.
just used that as a PNG. I had one with the mouth closed, mouth open, and
Yeah.
then I would just like go in a Discord voice channel with just me in it with like React Fugi, and then just have it
Mm-hmm.
like that. Like, there you go.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I liked my I miss my PNG sometimes. I'm just like, aw, I miss my little chibi little looking self.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes I look at the old videos and I'm like, oh my goodness, that an old
I look
OG
through my
design.
TikToks and I'm just like, damn, I really said that. Damn, I really had that model. It's
Way
memory lane, man.
way back when, way back when. Okay. Let's go to the first point here. Okay. So VTubers can have a theme for our design, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say you have a theme?
Mine is a sea nymph.
Sea nymph.
Ocean nymph,
Okay.
ocean nymph.
So where did that come from? Have you been into like sea nymphs or like?
Water calms me down. And I didn't want to be a mermaid. I didn't want to be the basic orca, basic whale kind of like thing. I didn't want to be. I didn't even know axolotls were a thing until like I started like researching what I wanted to do. And I was like, no, I don't want an axolotl. But then I was like, I just
Mm-hmm.
want. I love Greek mythology. That's one thing too.
Ah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
love listening to everything about Greek mythology. So I'm like, water calms me down, Greek mythology. All right, we're seeing what we do with Aphrodite because she was a sea nymph, and I'm like, all right, going based off of that, and it just grew into what it is now.
Okay, so you had like okay, that's cool. You legit had like a path, right? Like you had a path of
Mm-hmm.
just like, okay, this is what I want to do. Okay, this is what I want to do. Now let me see like what's there, like,
Mm-hmm.
versus like what other people are doing, things like that. Oh, yeah, yeah, I think all those are like important things. It's really cool. That's actually a really cool path you went down.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, interesting. Yeah, that's really different than my own. For like me, it's like I don't have a theme, right? I think I'm like the opposite, where like I don't really have a theme at all. If anything, it's just kind of like
Mm-hmm.
me in a way. Like, it just is me, kind of like
And that's perfectly fine. It's just you
VTubers. Yeah.
in a three-piece suit. That's fine,
Yeah, like it's me. There are inspirations there,
and
like
you make it work.
Mm-hmm. Right. Like the crown is like based on like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
In Kingdom Hearts 2, Sora wears a crown. So that's where like that comes from. But like
Mm.
for the most part it is just me. But like you said, like, that's also perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It's just like, it
Like
is whatever you
there's
make of
some
it.
people that are like, hey, this is me in a school outfit. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's fine too. You do you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Homo says I have to shower, but theme VTubers are cute. Okay, cool, cool,
Sweet.
cool. Like I said, the model is on the screen all the time, so it needs to be at least pleasing to look at. If it's ugly, I click off. That's valid, honestly. That's
That's
real.
pretty valid.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's real.
yeah.
This kind of goes into. We'll skip one a little bit, then we can go back because we
Mm-hmm.
might as well bring that up. So design equals your first impression. I think
Mm-hmm.
for better or for worse, and this happens a lot, especially with like VTubers versus like other content creators, is like when people see that design and if they like the design, they have a higher likelihood of clicking on it and checking it out.
Mm-hmm. And I don't mean to like be like this, but sometimes it's like, all right, if you have like a daddy looking model, I'm gonna go click. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go click.
No,
You got a
you're
mommy, you
valid.
got a mommy looking model, I'm gonna go and click. I'm gonna go see what it is. But sometimes there are those that don't have like those kind of models, and I'm gonna chill out and I'm gonna be like, okay, I don't know. And then I'll look at the tags next, and I'm like, okay, I'll stay here for about 5 minutes, see what happens.
Yeah,
It
right,
turns into
right.
2 minutes because I have a short attention span.
It happens. Listen, that happens. That happens. That happens. But yeah, no, it's really important because like the first impression is a big thing. At the same time, though, I think this can go for like almost any of the little sub details we're talking about. Is like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like all of these can play a role, but I don't think individually each of them are like, oh, you should do this, you need to do this, you have to do this. It's like these are tools and things you can utilize, but it's up to you whether you want to utilize them or you think it's
Yes.
worth it for you or things like that.
There's, I want to say there's no meta in VTubing, but I feel like there really is though. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, is you are not getting held at gunpoint. You can do whatever you want, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, because like I think that's a big thing as well. Is just like if you feel
Mm-hmm.
like you want to follow a trend or you feel like you need to follow a trend, then it's like you
Mm-hmm.
could get into the headspace of just like, okay, I'm just like following trends and like not actually doing what I want to do, and then like over time, like even in the beginning, that might get you some like good views or things like that,
Mm-hmm.
but like at a certain point you're gonna hit the limit where you're just like, okay, I'm not really enjoying this anymore, and like how much am I forcing myself to do this or that or whatever.
Yes, because sometimes everyone is different. Some might work out like if like let's say you and me both follow a
Mm,
trend,
yeah.
it might work out well for either you or me. It's not gonna be the same most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true
So
too.
everyone's journey is different.
Mm.
Some go slower, some go like, hey yo, she's kind of cool. Let's blow her up. But
Right.
some blow up instantly, but die instantly as well.
Yeah, that makes me think about like I didn't really put that point on here, but I think it is a really important thing. Is a lot of the times, especially in whatever spaces you are, people would like, how do I say something that makes sense? People will like try to help, but make it seem it in a way that if you're not doing this, you're not doing something correctly. Um, I see it a lot on Twitter, especially, where it's just like, if you aren't doing X, Y, and Z with your VTubing or like even VTubing design, it's just like you're missing out or you're not doing this correctly and things like that. And it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, like maybe this worked for you, but that doesn't necessarily mean it works for
Yeah.
everybody, you know?
Like so it's what is it? Like let's say that we both look for a VTuber, just scrolling down like the recommended. You and me could both find the same VTuber, but I'll like it depends on what they do instantly in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, right, yeah. First impressions, right? Yeah, it's so important. So true, so true, so true. Like, oh man, I'm trying to think of like a really good like example of somebody like I swear somebody like tweeted out something recently. They're just like, if you guys aren't doing this, it's just like you really should be. Oh no, it escaping my brain.
You know what I've seen on Twitter a lot?
Go
The
ahead,
we
yeah.
listen and we don't judge stuff, and I
Oh
absolutely
yeah,
love that.
I
I
like
think
that
it's the
trend.
coolest thing, and I'm like, I'm going ham in it. I'm posting my opinion,
Uh
and I'm
huh.
like, listen, don't judge me, but this is what I do.
Oh, yeah, there was one for VTubers recently. Maybe I might
Yeah, that's
try
the
to
one I've been
try to.
like trying to get through.
Oh, really? Yeah, maybe I
Yeah,
might try to find
it's
it in
so good.
the background. That might have some good stuff for this conversation.
Hmm.
Let's me go back to. You already talked about. Oh yeah, let me go back a little bit to the inspired thing because I want to talk about that a little bit more. Because again,
Hmm.
I feel like I'm kind of the I don't want to say like the one that doesn't follow the trend because sometimes I do.
Hmm.
Of like designs can just kind of be inspired. Like the reason why I say that is because again, like you said, like especially when starting out, I feel like so many people try to be like, if this is not perfect out the get go, I'm gonna fail, and it's just like it doesn't really work that way, you know? Like
Nope.
it really doesn't because like part of what I said before, you don't know how much you're going to be connected to it. And also, like you need to like make mistakes in the beginning or like it's just a growing process.
Life is about making mistakes and growing from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
think what
Mhm.
also goes with like VTuber designs can be inspired. The thing that the first thing that pops in my head is everything that goes and this whole conversation is gonna be rolled about like what happens on Twitter most of the time. Honestly, the
Yeah.
whole stuff about like, oh, this person's stealing this design. I'm like,
Yes.
there was the
Okay.
one with Iron Mouse and then like some
Yeah.
like cat bat girl, and I'm like, Iron Mouse doesn't own a fucking color.
Yeah,
It's
like okay.
pink and purple. That's the
Mhm.
only thing they pointed out. And if they're also pointing out cat girl, you know how based you are to be a cat girl?
Yeah, like also like cat girl which is like
It's
the
such
number
a
one
norm.
thing. Yeah, like
Cat girl, dog boy, fox girl, succubus, demon. They're all based themes, but it's your job to stand out more than all the other cat girls.
yeah, right. Like yeah, how am I yeah, there's so much
You
with that.
don't own a color, my guy. That's what I think that's the one thing that really pissed me off in that post. And I'm
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
girl, Iron Mouse is big. I love her, but she don't own a color. That's not a trademark.
I'm gonna add that one
Crayola
right
owns
now.
the color.
Yeah, no, I think that honestly that's actually a really good topic, and I do want to talk about that. Is like, cause there's definitely different aspects, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
there can definitely be situations where like I think the one that everybody can be like, okay, this is messed up. If it's very obvious that like somebody who makes a design is just like straight up like tracing or straight up copy pasting, they just changed a couple colors,
Mm-hmm.
like
I've had those.
that has happens. That happens for sure.
I've had those. I've seen those
Oh,
before, and
really?
I'm like, the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't. I will say this: I didn't
Mm,
steal the idea. Whenever I had my custom model, the
mm,
whole
mm,
braid into a fin.
mm.
I saw the whole drama between Shy Lily and the other girl that was stealing her design, and
Yeah.
people were like remodeling her stuff and redoing her design, and I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna pick some shit from this. Let me go. So I picked. I was like, you know what? She's not using it. I'm gonna borrow that real quick. So I just took it and I'm like, I'm gonna have the braid with the fin. No one else is doing it. I don't want a tail. I don't want
Mm,
long flowing hair. Let me
yeah.
have the braid tail, please. Thank you. Goodbye. I'll take a check too.
That's actually kind of funny. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you can get inspiration from a lot of different things. But
Hmm.
yeah,
It's not
there's
stealing if they're not using it.
yeah, like that, and like just because you take a certain part or like it's a similar theme, it's like you said, nobody
Hmm.
owns any type of themes, especially when it comes to like animal themes, like right,
Hmm.
like cat, girl, boy, succubus, especially the generic ones. Like whenever people are just like, oh, they're copying this animal, I'm just like, animal? That's so broad. Like,
Very. That's why whenever like this goes back to the first impressions. I'm sorry, boo boo, but if you're cat girl themed, immediate swipe. I want to see eccentric, unique designs, please. If you're a cat girl, you better be a mystical one, bro. You better be magical as hell.
that's true
Like,
too. No, you go ahead, go
and
ahead, go
it
ahead.
also should be like this. No, this goes on another topic. I'm gonna keep this quiet in my mouth for for that topic because that goes with
Okay,
that
okay,
one.
okay. Yeah,
I love cat girls. Oh no, okay, I love cat girls, but like,
yeah.
there's so many.
You got no,
There's so
you
many.
definitely have to stand out against the crowd. Like if you're gonna pick a design that's like, let's be honest, everybody and their grandmother is using, you gotta find a way
Yes.
to like stick out, right?
It's like, oh my god, new cat girl debut. Oh my god, let's see her design. Oh, she's half dressed. Swiping. I'm swiping. Oh my god, they're pink. I'm swiping. I'm sorry. You better
That's funny.
at least put 2 different tails, man. Put 2 different tails.
Oh,
Put
true.
2
Yeah, that's
tails.
something. At least, right?
Be
Yeah,
like
at
the
least
demon
something.
cat and be like, all right, like the one from Blue Exorcist, bro. Just do like the 2 tails.
Oh, yeah, that could be
Do
cool.
that. Be spicy, bro.
This is base. I think Kiko's agreeing with you. He said this is base.
Listen, I love boobies too, but like,
Everybody does, but it's just
you
like
do you.
at a certain point they're a dime a dozen, you know? At a certain point.
Bro, I
Again,
have more
no
pennies
offense.
than I have nickels.
Oh man, good
That's why
stuff.
I started the Ctuber server because I was looking for a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
Ctubers and I
Mm.
couldn't find much. And I'm just like, it only has
Oh,
like 50 members, and I'm still trying to find more. And I'm like, there's more of you out there. I know there is.
that's actually
Where
surprising.
you all are, but I don't know.
Did there be more?
It's such a low number, and I'm like, everyone wants to be a freaking cat girl.
Yeah, everybody.
Like when I saw Ophelia debuted, I was like, oh my
Mm.
god, a vampiric cowgirl. You know
That's
how rare
interesting.
that is?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
What?
Yeah, it's just like you
But like,
have so many options. Like you can
mm-hmm,
start from a common base, right? You can start from a
mm-hmm,
common base, like a cat, a shark, or whatever. But like
mm-hmm. Do
go
something else
go
with it, bro.
beyond. Yeah, go
Do
beyond. Go
something else.
unique. Yeah, yeah,
And that
yeah.
goes with a different topic, because
Mm.
I'm gonna still keep my stuff to myself.
Okay, we might come back to
But,
this one. 'Cause this
but
one's hot.
stealing a design, it's not
Mm-mm.
stealing if they're not using it.
Yeah, yeah,
If they're
yeah.
not using it, I'm gonna be like, all right, well, you didn't use that model, so can I pick up that haircut or that hairstyle, please?
And even then, I would feel like if you just take one part of it, it's like okay, that's just one part, and it's just like you could do more. Like you know what I mean? If
Mm-hmm.
you like just one part, you don't have to
Like
like
if you're
take the
just
whole thing. You
starting
just take that one
out, you
part.
don't have to be so eccentric with it.
That too, yeah.
So yeah.
Hmm. Agree.
Mhm.
Okay. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay. Let's
Yeah.
do a little bit of personality versus design. Because that can be a very interesting thing of just like
Yes.
when you see somebody, right? You can see somebody's design. Again, we talked about first impressions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, whether they want to or not, is going to have a first impression off of a VTuber based on their design.
Mm-hmm.
Does it match that? Is it important to match that? What do we think?
I'm starting to think of it now because at first I was like, oh, personality kind of has to match with the design because if you have a cozy
Mm.
design, I feel like you should have a cozy personality. But then
Mm-hmm.
you have Bao, who look at her model now. It's just full of it's a lingerie kind of model, and she chaotic as shit. I love her. I love her, bro.
Right.
But
Yeah.
like her model's very, and then she puts on the yandere, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it now.
There's
She has
like
2 sides to her. She has her sweet side, and then she has her like demonic breed me please kind of shit.
right. There's definitely I feel like there's definitely like advantages and like disadvantages to like let's say your design is congruent with like your personality. There's definitely advantages to that of just like, when people go in, they get what they expect and that could be a good thing. But
Mm-hmm.
also, if it's not congruent, people can go in and be like, "Whoa, what is this?" But they're enamored by the fact that like there's like this divide here, like you were saying.
It's like, so for instance, I know someone who their design is basically a succubus.
Right.
So when I come into your stream, I get a chaotic, very, I was gonna say very demure. I see the chaotic, but very chaotic, very ADHD, hyper. Love her.
Mhm.
But you're a succubus, half dressed in knight armor, like barely anything covered, and I'm like, so some people will like legit come in to the stream and expect something to happen. Like if I was a rando and didn't know you prior to like going to your stream, and I'm like, oh, you're a succubus, you're half naked, cool. Where's the lewdness? Because if all I'm seeing is you being hyper, I didn't come here for hyperness. I came here for lewdness. Some people are like that, so that's why I'm like my model has big honkers, but I'm not lewd. But I'm
Right.
very modest in a lot of stuff.
Mm. Right. Yeah, yeah, that definitely plays like into that impression thing we were talking about a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like and I think like if we want to go to like a certain, like, let's say extreme, quote unquote, is, and this is something kind of against those like weird viewers, is like,
Mm-hmm.
just because somebody has like maybe a more lewd design, that does not open
Mm-hmm.
the door for people to like start like, what's the word, I'm trying to think of a certain word to say, of like
Expectations.
yeah, like
Like if
expecting
I
something
come
like
in,
specifically lewd things, like
like
expecting, like
uh,
if they
it
come in and
depends on
start
what.
being,
If they don't read the title or anything, like some people will have like,
mm,
oh, it's ASMR time, and the title's like something very like, it's not lewd or anything, but you have a mommy looking model and you have ASMR.
yeah, like,
I'm gonna expect some spiciness.
I guess,
Not
yeah,
me, but some people.
right. What I guess what I'm like describing is like, okay, the best way to say it is like, if people just start being weird just because somebody has a lewd design, if you
If
start
the
being like a
first time
weirdo,
chatter comes in and they're very weird, they're probably trying to match the title of the screen with what's going on the screen at first glance.
mm, yeah, yeah, yeah,
And you just honestly just have your customer service voice on and be like, I'm so sorry, sir, this is not exactly what's happening, but
yeah.
I can, what is that, fuck, I can show you the way, I can show you the way out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
There's just
right.
some people like that
That,
though.
yeah, that's good. Yeah, unfortunately, there's gonna be some people like that. Peaches says my VTuber friend Fran was full on showing booba and got banned because the haters were jealous. For real?
That's crazy.
That's a thing too. I don't know if I had a thing for that. I know we talked about that a little bit earlier too, but I may as well mention it for a little bit now. Is when, again, when it comes to design, you do have to be cognizant of like the rules, and like
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole nother conversation of like whether, I know the whole conversation of like whether the rules are fair or not for VTubers
Mm-hmm.
versus like IRL streamers or things like that. I'm not super nuanced on that topic. I know there's like some disparity or some like unfairness
Mm-hmm.
with like the
Oh no,
specific rules. Do you know
yeah.
the?
The TOS for Twitch has
Yeah.
been changed now, and I guess you can't show hip,
Oh,
and you can
really?
only have, yeah, you cannot show hip, and you can only have, I believe it's, if you have a swimsuit on, bikini on, you have to have a background of a hot spring, a beach, I want to say a bathtub too, but don't quote me on that though. And that's why the whole megalodon situation happened. And I'm like, girl, I'm so sorry, but your background does not look like a lake, a pond, or a beach, or like water. It looks
Yeah.
like the entrance to the cave.
You got to be
Like
cognizant.
if you're looking from inside the cave and looking out towards the entrance, it
Mm.
looks like that. And I'm like, it doesn't even look like water. Girl,
Wow.
what?
Right, right, right.
Shy Lily's a whole different story. Shy Lily can actually do that because what's in her thing? A cave with a pond, but then the entrance to the cave has the beach outside.
Yeah. You got to be
So that's
aware.
all. You gotta be aware,
Hmm.
girly. And then these rules have always been there. It's just people don't read the terms and conditions because that bitch is 75 pages long, and I'm not reading
Yeah,
that.
like honestly, it's fair to
Not
like
reading that.
it's fair to be like, you maybe you don't know off the jump, but like, if you accidentally do some of these things and they can just turn to the TOS and be like, this is what you messed up on, it's like, you do
But
gotta
Twitch
hold
doesn't
that.
do that. They will legit like
Yeah, see,
put you
that's where
on
the
a
problem is.
suspension or
Yeah.
ban your stuff with no explanation
Yeah.
whatsoever. So you have to go through like a whole week of being like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah, what did I do wrong? I need to figure it out. Gotta figure it
Very.
out.
And it sucks. That's one thing
Mm-hmm.
I hate when that happens to people who like really didn't do anything.
Right, 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 right. Oh yeah, Peaches says, adding on to what I said earlier. This is what I was trying to say earlier. Having a suggested design is not an invitation. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's what I was trying to say earlier.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Just because
for
I'm half naked does not mean
yeah.
I have a fansly.
Right. Oh, that's such a perfect way to put it. That's such a perfect way to put it. Peaches also adds, never anything you do is an invitation for creepy behavior. Some people out here are very comfortable when seeing a pixel of skin. Yeah, people. I think a lot of the times, a little bit of a side tangent. I think a lot of the times, a lot of people that this is gonna sound a little bit rude, but I think
Hmm.
it's very obvious. A lot of people that like watch streams are people that have never talked to like girls before, and it's
You
kind of
virgins need to
obvious.
keep it in your pants.
It is like kind of obvious, and it's just like, at least have some like
Common
respect.
decency?
Yeah, decency, respect, common sense, you
Yeah,
know.
common sense is out the window since like 2025.
Unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately.
No. Well, I was gonna think of something. Shit. It's not. It's also so much like if you come in with, or if a stream or not streamer, a chatter comes
Mm,
in and
yeah.
is being weird. Also, you have to also learn to expect that and also know
Yeah.
how to reply to that.
That's true too. That's true
You can't,
too.
because if you're automatically mean to them,
Mm.
other chatters kind won't like that,
Yeah, yeah. It depends on
and
yeah, it
they'll be
depends
like,
on your
"Oh, she's
vibes.
really mean. Hold
Yeah.
on,
Right.
hold on, she's really a bitch. I gotta go." No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's your fault, the streamer,
Yeah, yeah,
but you
yeah.
also have to be prepared mentally for like, hey, someone's gonna legit come in and be like, "Damn, you got some big honkers."
Yeah.
I get this a lot when I'm streaming on
Yeah, yeah.
TikTok. They're like, "Oh my
Mm.
god, when's the face reveal? Oh my god, you got some big boobas." I'm like, "Thank you for the comment, babe. I appreciate it." Anyway, let's go shoot some people in Valorant.
Right,
That's
right,
how you
right.
handle it.
It's like you have to at least like, it sucks that it happens, but you have to at least like prepare yourself because it's an inevitability.
hmm It's gonna
Yeah.
happen. You're gonna get weirdos in your chat, but
Yeah.
like,
Got to be able to know how to respond.
at the end
Yeah.
of the day, I'm not saying it's your fault, but you made the design. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Here we go. Let's see what the chat saying. Uh, even when you are doing nothing, you still get the occasional weirdo. Yeah, yeah. There's nothing you
Yeah,
can do. Yeah, I have a
you're gonna
level
get popped
of.
up, bro.
hmm I have a level of chill for chat. Yeah, and that too. Like I feel like that's we're side tangenting a lot, but I think these are important things
Yeah.
of starting a VTubing and like this is content creation in general or things like that. You need to be able to set up your own space so that not only you can be like know how to respond to these people, but
Mm-hmm.
also your community as well know how to respond to like when people like say or do something like that, right?
Don't be afraid to set your boundaries, bro.
Yeah,
And
like
that's something even me going on almost 3 years, I'm still trying to work on. Because I'm
mhm.
a people pleaser and I don't
Right,
want to.
right.
It's gonna sound stupid, but I don't want people to hate me. But people fucking hate me sometimes, okay?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I know,
And
unfortunately,
it's
yeah, that's
okay.
gonna be a thing. Everybody's gonna be a hater at
hmm
some point.
And just because someone says, the streamer says, "Hi, how are you doing?" and asks you a question, does not mean you're best friends. I'm sorry, but like,
Yeah, that's true. We need a what is it? I've mentioned this before, but like they're like no matter like how like close or like how many things you know about because like there could be streamers and like even I share a lot of like stories and things that happen in my life and like
hmm
even then it's like yeah right parasocialism there
yep.
a wall always exists and people need to be
hmm
cognizant of the wall that exists of just like regardless what people talk about regardless how people like act there's always going to be that wall between like viewer and streamer where it's just like at the end of the day like I'm chill with so many of you guys and like it's super fun to like talk to you and hang out and
Why
things
do
like
they
that.
hate me? What did I do?
Yeah,
What?
right, exactly.
What?
Exactly.
They
There's
just mad because I'm speaking truth and no one wants to hear the truth. They'd rather just be like, nothing's wrong. Everything's, unicorns and like, candy corn. I don't know.
right, yeah. The
No, get
wall
real with it, bruh.
you always gotta have that wall there of just like at the end of the day we are internet strangers at the end of the day we are strangers that wall is always and should always be there. It encourages degeneration.
This is why I always say like 6 months into being like, hey, do you really want to do this? And
Yeah.
if you say yes, the next 6 months after that, that's why it takes a whole year to actually like understand what it means to be a streamer.
Mm-hmm.
6 months is whether or not you really want to do it. The next 6 months, you need to figure out what your shit is, get
Yeah.
your shit together, and be like, hey, this is my space.
Yeah. Cause
If
like
you don't like it, you can leave.
yeah.
Or bro,
Uh,
like say get you some mods. Don't be afraid to be like, hey, don't
mm-hmm.
make
Yeah, yeah,
everybody a
yeah.
mod. Don't be stupid like that. But like
Yeah.
still just maybe get you like 3 people that you could trust.
That you can exactly like because the opposite is true too of just like well now when you lose control and because that's the thing that I always like hate seeing and like
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes people will be like and again, I don't mean to be rude to these people because it sucks when these situations happen where people
Mm-hmm.
just like I can't believe how things came up on stream. Like I hated being in that stream. I hated when this happened and things like that. And it's just like, okay, come on. To a degree, you can take control. You got to take control of your space. You
Mm-hmm.
got to take control of your space. Like I understand if things get out of control and it's like you're not sure what to do or things like that. But
If
like, go ahead, go ahead, go
oh,
ahead.
bad, my bad, my bad.
No, I was just gonna say like if things start to get out of control, you gotta take control back. Whether that means like being like take a pause to be like, guys, listen, such and such, or be like, all right, and we're just gonna have to end the stream. Like something weird is going on today, so we're gonna end early. You gotta do something to be like, what's going on is not what I want to have going on. This is my state. This is my space. Excuse me. This is my space,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna take back control of it. Because again, if you don't take control of it, and you're, what is it? And viewer, not what is it? Viewers or if you're not taking control of your space, other people will take control of your space, and then it's just like then it's gonna be like mayhem, or you're not gonna enjoy it, or whatever, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That sometimes also like just either do a BRB screen, legit,
Yeah.
or like turn off stream,
Yeah.
end it,
Yeah.
end it, or you know what? Close out the chat
Mhm.
and do the presentation mode in OBS.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't
Put.
get to see chat, you don't get to see what's being said, and you just keep on streaming if you are that much ballsy. Because
Yeah.
sometimes shit that's going on in chat can affect mentally very much
Oh yeah. For sure.
to
For
where
sure. For
people
sure.
will cry. But if you
Mhm.
got balls enough to keep on streaming after getting a hate raid, yeah, you
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
for you go for
Oh
religion.
yeah. Hate rated. It's never happened to me,
I
but
got bot rated one time, but I
I
just
had
ended stream because I had no idea.
I've been bot rated before. It was what is it? So somebody joined my chat, and so I'm Indian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um but I born and raised in America, so you
Yeah.
know, some
Nice.
yeah, really cool. So someone came into my stream and they're just like, "Oh, you can't use the Indian tag unless you're actually a streamer in India streaming from India," and I'm just like,
No,
"What?
you
No, I'm
can't
just
do
Indian."
that.
Yeah, I was
You
like,
think I
"What?"
had the Puerto Rican tag and I'm all the way in Puerto Rico?
Right.
No, because they barely have any signal out there, bro.
And then they just like bot rated me right after that.
Ugh.
Yeah, so yeah, it was just annoying. Another thing, Indian hate follow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Chat remembers that. Chat remembers that.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that was annoying. Thankfully, Twitch
But
took
no.
care of it. Thankfully.
Also, another thing is if going on to personality with design,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if I've seen a lot of people do this, and someone had to show me, like, punch me in the face, not physically, but like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
digitally. Be like,
Mm-hmm.
listen, you can put your culture in your design. No one's gonna
Mm.
hate you for it. Some people will,
Yeah.
but you gotta
Of
just
course, yeah.
bitch slap them back. I don't know. Putting your if your personality is basically your culture, it's okay to do that. It
Yeah,
really
yeah.
is. I
That's
know
fine.
a person who's also Southeast Asian, and
Oh,
he loved talking about his culture. I love learning about his culture.
that's cool.
It's great. Who put their phone number in the chat?
No, that's UID for Genshin.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's UID for Genshin. It's okay.
I was like, what? No,
No
because
problem.
someone put their phone number on Valorant, and we ended up calling her, and she was like,
What?
"Yeah, I'm the enemy Reina," and I'm like, "Bro, what's wrong with
What?
you?" They thought it'd be funny. I'm like, it's kind of funny.
It's a
Anyway,
little bit.
but
Yeah.
like, it's okay to put some of your culture inside your shit. If you are a colored person, go at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do it, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like yeah, exactly. Just
Aku, I'm gonna beat you.
live in it. Live in it. Live in it. What is it? Yeah, for me, like I don't talk about almost
Why
anything
did chat?
cultural because I'm not too connected to it. But if you are, like,
Mm.
rock it. Rock it,
Some
rock it.
people are just very, very connected to it, and it's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
I
You
respect.
can
Yeah.
put your stuff. It's just, I feel like there's more to show. There's also
Yeah,
more to show. You can, don't make it your whole thing, but
that's
just show
true.
that it's important to you, though.
You know what? Going into the personality design in regards to that,
Mm-hmm.
again, and this is something that I think is really important. Don't feel like you have to be a one-trick pony just because like you are a certain like you have a certain theme for like your VTubing. You don't need to
Mm-hmm.
like always stick to that theme all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You can go
Like
a little bit further than that.
you can honestly be like, what is it? You can be like some goth what is it? I don't even know what it is. So I saw. Oh my god. Okay, like the Reaper Killer Whale lady that I've seen everywhere on Twitter. I love that. That's a unique design. It took Orca and it totally flipped that shit around. And I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking brain exploded. I loved it. But like, if your whole theme is dark, you don't have to be dark yourself. You can be
Yeah.
like a chaotic little shit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
you can look like that and be like Doki, bro. Not Doki,
Yeah.
or who did? Chibi.
Yeah. 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 For
You
sure.
can act like Chibi, bro.
Which is a fun gimmick too, right? Again, like
Mm-hmm.
I think I haven't said this yet. I think this is a really important thing to remember when it comes to like VTubing or content creating in general. Is like there is you will how to say something that makes sense. There is an audience for everything. Being able to find them is the difficult part. Like
Mm-hmm.
no matter what you do or what you want to make, you can find an audience for that. So don't feel like you need to do a specific thing. It's just like whatever you do, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, there's going to be people that will enjoy that. Now, finding those people, that's the hard part, right? That's finding those
Mm-hmm.
people is going to be the hard part. But you can do like things how you want to do. You don't need to put yourself into a box, right? You don't need to put yourself into
Yeah, no, while you go through your whole VTubing thing, you will find people that you resonate with, bro. You will find people that you like you can connect with, be like, "Oh my god, there's more people that are just like me."
Mhm.
I didn't
Now,
know that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, there's also a danger too when it comes to design. This happened. I have a little story. This happened like, oh man, I want to say like last year. I want to say there's like a little like I guess you could call it like drama thing of
Mhm.
like some VTuber drama thing. But essentially, the long and short of it is like some girl was like messing with this guy, harassing this guy, and then when she
Mhm.
got outed, she made a response video in character, and it's like,
Bruh.
ooh, it was not good.
You
Let me
don't
tell
have
you.
to role play. If you're an ooh cat girl VTuber, you don't have to role play it. Cause
And
yeah, you don't have to role play, dude. It's
yeah,
my friend told me because as soon as I rebranded into the C nymph,
yeah.
they looked at my model. They were like, Safi, you know, with this model, you have to like you have to be nice. You can't curse like you do like a sailor. You can't be like so like you can't be so like lewd all the time. And I'm like, bitch, I didn't go to acting school. I didn't do
Right,
that. What?
right. Yeah, no, it's just like, yeah, like, and especially when it gets to, because sometimes serious things will happen, and
Mm-hmm.
you can't like be in character. Like, yeah, if someone's like calling you out or trying to, yeah, call you out for harassment, you can't respond to that in character. It was so bad. Like, let me tell you, it was really bad. It was really, really bad. Like the fact that she responded in character, like, whew, jeez. Don't do that. Anyway, don't do. When things get serious, sometimes you just gotta use like a normal voice and just handle things normally.
Like you don't you don't have to act how your VTuber model looks.
Yeah,
You think
yeah.
Shoto acts like a freaking demon slayer? You think he acts like Gyu? No, he doesn't. He acts like a stupid little femboy, okay?
Who do you think taught
Okay?
the sailors
You
to
think
curse? It was the nymphs. True.
hell yeah it was. I'm from the ghetto, leave me alone.
Homo says, I saw a video of this big streamer bringing up little streamers stream and being racist. Jeez, holy.
Oh, I
Some people are
remember that. They
disgusting.
were playing Dead
Oh, you
by
remember?
Daylight, weren't they?
Oh, I remember
That
that
one.
actually. Yeah, yeah, they lost in. First of all, you lost
They
in Dead
look,
by Daylight. Like, first of all, like Dead by Daylight, is this really a hard competitive game that you need to like salt about this to this level?
bro, that
To
was
this
so
level?
wild. Listen, I'm telling you, if DBD had voice comms, it'd just be like the old school Call of Duties.
Just,
I'm telling you, man. It'd
really?
be so bad. I want that to happen though. Like, there's
It's
times, like,
so
just talk with
weird.
your teammates. You don't have to talk with the enemy. Just talk
Yeah,
with
yeah,
your
yeah.
teammates. Because there's times where, like, people are like, crouch stand, crouch stand. I'm like, bitch, what do you want me to do? Well, I don't do sign language in this game. I need to know what you want me to do.
Just tell me, yeah. Just tell me straight up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was disgusting. I saw that. It's just like, first of,
That was so bad. But the thing
yeah.
is, it was her friend that called him wine. It wasn't even her. But then she added on by putting in her own input, and I'm like, bruh.
That too, like, honestly, that's an important
Bruh.
part too. Another side tangent thing is like, you are in control of like, what happens in your stream. So even if it was their friend, like, true, it wasn't them to like initially start it, but like that friend is on your stream, so you
Yeah.
are like,
Don't be afraid to
responsible.
put your foot down and be like, "Hey, you're acting up. I need you at a 4. You're
Yeah,
at an
exactly.
11. Okay, I need you to come down."
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, no, that was, I remember seeing that video. That was disgusting. It's like, first of
Mm-hmm.
all, you're salting on Dead by Daylight, which is like, okay, come on.
Yeah.
Second of all, you go to someone's stream and try to like garbage them, like talk garbage to them. It's just like, dude, that's so pathetic. It's so bad.
Mm-mm-mm. What is this like, Jesus?
Mm-mm.
At the end of the day, personality versus design. You don't gotta act like your design. Okay, your
Yeah.
design is not that important to match the personality, but it would be nice.
Yeah, there are advantages, right? There are advantages. Sometimes, like we said in the beginning, the design is the first reaction. And if
Yeah.
your, what is it, how you're acting is equal to that, like, people are going to be into that. Like, that
Nicest
is an
thing.
advantage to use. Not to say that you need to or you have to, but, there are advantages that exist.
Mm.
True. Okay.
Bitty bitty. Trolling as Leon.
Uh,
I love Leon. I just want to get him. I want to get his Levi skin.
Oh, that sounds cool. Next one is, how deep in the concept should you go? That's actually interesting because I remember you talking about how you got to your design. You went pretty deep with it, honestly.
Hmm. Well, if you go all the way back from when I first started, you would not understand the roller coaster I went through. That's for a dip. That's for the rebranding topic.
Yeah, no,
But like
yeah,
deep concept, you don't have to go so deep.
yeah.
Some people have had their personas or
Mm,
OCs for since they were in middle school. Some have been like, you know what, I'm gonna change my shit tomorrow night. But
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yes, it does. It don't have to go big or it don't have to go deep. It can go pretty shallow. You can legit be like, oh, I want to be a cat girl witch
yeah.
who is going to school and trying to learn how to do magic. Boom, there's a concept.
Yeah, let's say
You could be, yeah.
I was gonna say I know a VTuber that their VTuber is just Miles Morales, and it's just like it's working for them, and it's like, there you go, if it
I
works
want
for
to
you.
meet a Miguel O'Hara. Please bring him here. Bring him here.
Oh my gosh, that's so bad.
But like, you can go in depth. And sometimes, even after doing your design and debuting and using it and everything,
Mm-hmm.
you can add more concept. No one's being like, hey, as soon as you
Yeah,
debut,
yeah.
your concept's done. Dude, I'm
Mm-hmm.
still trying to figure out my lore at the moment.
That's a thing
I had
too
to
of
do
like
research
wars.
for it, bro. You
Oh, that's cool.
understand? The one stupidest fact that I found is that
Mm.
my sister, Ampharite, legit
Okay.
got proposed to by Poseidon,
Oh,
said
okay.
no, talked to a dolphin, then
Dolphin.
reconsidered.
Interesting.
That's one of the stupid facts you find when you're trying to like research your concept.
That's
And
cool.
I'm
That's
like,
cool.
cool, I'm gonna go talk to dolphins now. Maybe they can help me find my man. Shit.
There's probably a dolphin VTuber out there somewhere.
Oh, there's a lot
Actually,
of dolphins.
yeah. I remember you said you had the
Well,
like V.
no, there's
Was
a lot
this
of
Discord group?
orcas. There's a lot of like,
Yeah, so
I
many of
found one
those.
sea nymph, but we were totally different. We're basically
Mm-hmm.
cousins.
Yeah.
But like, concept wise, you can go deep, like how Niji Sanji and like big
The
indie
corpo.
VTubers go, corpos
Yeah.
go. Like, you can go as deep as Shoto's lore,
Mm-hmm.
or you can go as simple as Shy Lily's lore.
Yeah.
Legit schoolgirl that jumped into radioactive, wasn't it?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know
Boom.
100%. Yeah, but there
She
you
got
go.
into like NASA or something. I don't even
Mhm.
fucking know.
Yeah, it's what you make of it, right? It's what you make of it.
Yeah,
But it's
there's
it's
no
like,
limit.
right. It's the thing we've been saying, right? It's just like
Mhm.
it's so freeing that you can do whatever you want. But again, it isn't like a cut and dry like you need to, you have to. It's up to you,
Mhm.
right?
Your lore does not have to be 15. It doesn't have to be a Harry Potter series, my guy. Honestly, your lore
The
can
campaign
legit
begins.
just be 2 sentences.
Yeah. And
I'm a pirate.
sometimes less is more. Sometimes less is more.
You can say it, Haku. Say something funny.
Anyway. Thanks for the follow, by the way. The follow. EX, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah. I agree. It could be how deep or how narrow as you want it to be. Like,
Mhm.
it's all up to you. I think like you said, right? Like going really deep can be really cool just because of the fun stuff you can find, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
that whole thing with Poseidon and the dolphin and things like that. Like you
Yeah.
could like legit find that and be like, oh, I'm gonna do something funny with
Find
like
a lot of crazy things, man.
like this dolphin friend, the dolphin VTuber friend that I have will do something funny or something like that, you know, and then you have like the connection there.
First of all, there's like three different types of ocean nymphs. Okay, there's
Ah.
sea nymphs, there's ocean nymphs, there's nereids and then nereids, and I'm just like, huh? Okay,
Oh,
listen,
I
hold
know
on.
Manirids.
Now, this is where you come in when you're researching your concept. You have to figure out exactly which one you are.
Mm.
Okay? Because, like, if you're a vampire, you can be like, oh, I'm a vampire. What kind of vampire? A vampire? Honey, then research your shit. There's done fears, and then there's actual, like, only at night ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My lord, that I just spawned. Right. Cool. Cool. All right. Next one here. Here we go. We get the rebranding one. This one's pretty great.
Alright.
This one's pretty hot. All right, go for it.
So, when I first started,
Yeah.
I was a spider. I did not.
Oh.
That was my PNG thing. It was a spider. I didn't have any like lore or whatever. I think the lore was that, but this was like I decided my lore, and then next week I changed to being a bunny, and it was like
Oh.
it was a greenhouse guardian
Mm-hmm.
bunny, and then I changed it to a forest guardian bunny, and then I changed it to a cafe bunny, and then I changed into
Okay.
this. Yes,
Ah, interesting.
but
Interesting.
it's rebranding is okay to do.
Yeah, of
Some
course.
people do it. If Iron Mouse can go through 8 models,
Yeah.
we can rebrand.
Right. You that luxury does exist because like again, it's what you make of it ultimately. So
Mhm.
if you want to do like different crazy things like go,
Mhm.
please. Go. Like you don't need to force yourself to be a certain type of thing. Like if you see something you're just like, "Oh man, I want to do that. I want to try that." Try it. Do
Mhm.
it. Switch between them if you want to, you know? One day be this, another day be that. You have the freedom exists.
Yeah. If one day you want to be a deer, that's cool, and the next day you want to be a witch, hallelujah. It's Halloween all
Yeah.
over again, bro. You do you.
Go for it.
If Philion can steal her mom's
Yeah,
heart, it's
that now
wild. That's
I still
crazy.
can't believe that happened. Well, what I can't believe is that they were making merch. That's what I was just like, okay, hold on.
Did she ever get permission to use that model too?
I don't know how that ended. I
I don't
genuinely do not know
remember.
how that situation ended. But that was my main thing. I was just like, how can you sell merch if you don't even have the original design copyright? Like
Mm-mm-mm.
what? That's crazy.
Jesus. But like it's if you're gonna rebrand your design and you're gonna go through the whole thing of rebranding, don't announce the rebrand until you have everything.
Yeah,
Like
that's fair.
your whole like lore and everything. But at the same time, it doesn't have to be like a big thing at all. Cause you
Yeah.
could stream a whole week with your model now, and then you could be off for the next 2 days and something happens and you're like, listen, I'm not feeling this whole nymph thing. I'm gonna be a moth.
Switch it up if you need
Yeah.
to. Try
No
it out. Like,
one's telling you you have to do this. You can
mm-hmm.
do whatever you want.
Yeah. It's a yeah.
Rebranding
It's
is a lot of fun though.
oh yeah.
Planning, I love planning. I'd rather, on God, hand on the Bible, I'd rather be someone's manager than
Oh
actually
yeah.
content create sometimes, most of the time, all the time. Like, it's
Mm.
just planning stuff is so much fun. Creating stuff for the plan
Mm-hmm,
is
mm-hmm.
great. I
Right.
want someone else to do the event though. I don't want to do it.
Trust me, as somebody who's made like quite a few like events, it's like sometimes it's such a hassle, like getting to do what you gotta do and then gathering the people, working with schedules. It's like it's a
Oh,
whole
that's the
thing.
fun of it. It's like a puzzle. I love puzzles. But you can be the content creator. I don't. There's some days where I'm like chill and laid back and rarely talking. I'd rather just sing my ass out. But like then there's days where I've had my coffee. I've had 4 pounds of sugar syringed in my veins. It gets wild. Okay, those days get hard.
I'll cry if you turn into a white dude. Don't. I'm never turning into a white dude. I'm staying a brown man. Don't worry.
I stay brown too.
Yeah, I'm
Even though
staying
I'm
brown.
like a white Spaniard, but yeah.
Yeah, you know. It's alright.
No, Cauldra, listen. I always say if I ever have to rebrand again, I want to be a moth.
Oh really?
There's rarely any moths. I don't do the basic design ones. I want to be something that's unique.
Yeah, which is cool. Like I got that has its advantages, right? Sticking out to the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
was it?
yeah.
Someone debuted. I saw their debut on freaking YouTube.
Yeah.
It was like some deep ocean abyssal thing, and I'm like, oh
Mm.
my god.
Interesting. Like a sea creature,
It was a
more like?
sea creature in the abyss, and I was like,
Oh, okay.
the serotonin I got from looking at that, euphoric, bro.
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Okay. 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 But yeah, rebanding could be worth it. Could be something that you want to do. Again,
Mm-hmm.
don't feel like, again, I feel like the box, right? Don't feel like you put yourself inside a box and you're just like, oh, but this is my thing. I need to keep doing my thing. If you're not feeling it, right? Again, that feeling's gonna keep creeping up on you, and then you're not gonna want
Mm-hmm.
to do anything at the end of the day.
Very.
Uh,
Don't meet the meta. Just because shit's not working out for you and you rebrand
yeah.
into some basic thing, it doesn't mean it's gonna work out for you.
Hmm.
Okay?
Exactly.
Just
Exactly.
saying.
Similar to this, similar to this, talk about the 2.0 models, right? Like progression,
2.0.
progression, right? Like for me, that happened to me. So the reason why I started VTubing is funny. It wasn't for any exact reason. It was literally just like, well, VTubing's hot right now, so I'm gonna just try it. Cause like I
Mm-hmm.
used to do like face cam stuff before,
Yeah.
and before that, I used to do like no cam, and it was legit just like, well, I might as well. Variety is the spice of life, so I'm just gonna try it, and then tried it out. Started with a PNG, right? Talked about that before, and then I advanced that into it was 2D still, but it was a bit more animated. Like the mouth was animated.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mouth was animated, but still wasn't like 3D range of motion. And now with this one, I have like the 3D live 2D,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. Level of progression again. If you gotta see if you like it first, if you like it, if you want to advance, and then you want to keep
Someone's
going.
home.
Hmm.
Now, is when you say 2.0 models, are we talking about like keeping the theme and just improving and getting a little bit more up the scale kind of model? Or are we
Yes.
talking about okay, so we're talking about that one?
Yeah, more so like, yeah, I feel like you're still keeping within the realm of like what it is, but like maybe you're making some changes, or maybe you're doing like maybe a little bit of a differences, but you're still keeping that kind of
Mm-hmm.
initial theme. Yeah.
It's like I don't know why the first thing comes to mind is like, Harry, playing at 30 FPS, let's get a new monitor and play at 60. And then play at 120.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of. I'm like, all right, cool. And then it's like, all right.
That could be thinking too. I mean, like advancing in general.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sometimes when people like go to like 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, it kind of like seems like their thing is evolving. To
Yeah,
me, that's what it
yeah,
seems like. So
yeah,
I'm like, all
yeah.
right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I want to say it's like, all right, cool. 2.0 model, let's evolve. Since I'm a CNIF, we'll use that as an example. It's saying like, all right, I'm a fish, cool. All right, my 2.0 would be a mermaid, half fish, half human, and then 3.0 model would be like, all right, the goddess of the sea. Like that's how I'm thinking of like digivolving, evolving
It's
something.
evolving, yeah, exactly. Honestly, that's a digivolving is a
Yeah,
really good way
that's
to
how I
put
see
it.
sometimes whenever people do like 2.0 models. Sometimes it's just to be like, hey, this person has better art. I'm gonna just be harsh for a minute and be real. Sometimes you're okay with your model and you're just like, the art's okay. It's getting kind of old now. Now
Mm-hmm.
there's an artist that you see that like, yo, listen, this artist looks dope. Oh my god, I love your art. I love how this person rigs and stuff. Let's get a new model. I've had this model for about more than a year, and
Yeah.
I always say wait a year and then get a new model.
Okay.
Or if something just doesn't work out with the one that you have now and you're just like, I'm genuinely not feeling it. Like there's some times where you will have your new model and you just don't feel at home and you're just completely over it. And I'm like, I'm packing my shit and moving out. Sometimes it's like that. But it's
Yeah.
okay. You can upgrade whenever you want.
Yeah.
If you
Again, it's up
have
to
the
you.
money.
Oh yeah, of course. Don't. I think that's a very, very, very important thing too, because VTubing can get very pricey, and honestly, that was like the topic has kind of died down a little bit. I remember that being a big topic. Just like, dude, these prices are crazy. How can people like charge these prices for like these guys? And it's just like, dude, you need to look more. You can
Mm-hmm.
find very, very cheap things if you just look
Listen,
for it.
I'm an avid, I'm an ambassador, bro, for freaking pre-made models. I will find you a
Yeah.
pre-made model. There's customizable models,
Yeah,
bro. You can make
custom.
whatever you want. There's a
Mm-hmm.
male model on Etsy right now for 140 bucks with 37 or 100. Wait, I don't even know. I can't really remember. I don't remember. But there's so many ways to like customize it.
Mm-hmm.
There's chibi models you can get that I have a chibi
Yeah,
model,
right? A chibi
and
one.
you
Yeah.
can change the hair, you can change everything, the clothes, everything, dude. You don't have to like, I don't know. I got lost my track of thought.
you
Hold on,
don't you
you're
don't have to
fine.
pay these exorbitant prices.
Yes, but if you're gonna get a custom model, I've learned this with my first custom model that just happened. That's why I kind of went back to this model now that I have now. I love the art, do not get me wrong, but I was more in love with the price than the art.
Mm.
Because it was cheap. It was like 350, and I'm like, Rich, what? Huh?
Yeah, this what is it? This one was pretty cheap too. Like the person I got from Etsy,
Mm.
it was like around like
You got it from Etsy?
yeah, yeah. It was
What? You trusted them?
yeah, listen, I don't know too much about design things like that. I kind of just took a shot
Girl,
in the dark.
VGen.
I've heard about VGen too. Yeah, I've also heard about
Well,
VGen
I
too.
got mine from Fiverr, so Fiverr
Mhm.
and VGen are my best friends. I'm addicted. My assets I will get from Etsy though.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know a lot of people look for assets off of that as well. It kind of worked out. I think oh, what is it? The one that I got it was I think it was less than 200 like this one. Trying to
Mm,
remember right
not
now.
bad though. That is not
Yeah,
bad.
it's really good. It's only bust up, of course. Like there's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
feet. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, it's all I need for actually like streaming, so it's just
That's
like no problem.
that's actually a good question. Is it worth getting a full model
Ah, good point.
when they have bust up prices or half body prices?
Mhm.
Honestly,
Be
I'd
reasonable
say
about
get
it.
I'd
Yeah.
say get the full body art, but get a half
Mm.
body rig.
Yeah. No, I think
Honestly,
that's a good point. That's a good point.
unless you got the money to spend, you can do
Right,
full
of course.
body. But like, who really sees that? Nobody.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when
Like
people have, I'm sorry, but if you have like the walking toggle that people have, I'm like, how many times do you use that?
right, right,
How many
right.
times do you really use that? Sometimes it's like to just make shit, but
Yeah, like if you're like actively like utilizing it, using it, etc., that's one thing, but it's just like, you know, do you start off with it? I would highly say against that, like in terms of starting out. And it's like, do you even need it in the first place? Like that's the question you got to ask yourself.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, the one I got, yeah, I got it from Etsy. I mean, I did make sure to like look up the person and
Mm-hmm.
like look at all the reviews. Like, oh, they have a Twitter, so I looked up stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, they're pretty legit. They're pretty legit. Like, okay, like I'm looking at their prices right now. This person has a PNG tuber right now for custom PNG tuber for like $6. A PNG tuber.
That sounds like Etsy, but
Yeah, this is
I don't
Etsy.
know.
This is Etsy. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Again, the point being, like,
Mm-hmm.
if you're strapped on cash and you want to get into the VTubing stuff, just search, look, you'll find something. You can
You
find
think
something.
mine? People be like, "Oh my god, who did your model? It's so good. The art's so nice." I'm like, "Girl, it was a 40 buck pre-made model, girl." But honestly, if it was a custom model and I did all that, that right there would have been easily 800 bucks.
Oh
Rigging
yeah.
and yeah, no, rigging and art. That would have been 800 bucks. But no,
Mhm.
it's 40 bucks.
Yeah.
Billy
Right.
Billy. Girl,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No. No.
Right.
But you gotta be careful because some of the people will take. Oh, Booth too. Booth has some fabulous
Booth.
ones.
Okay.
30
Yeah.
bucks and you have about 17 toggles and
Mm.
4 expressions
Mhm.
for 30 bucks? Girl, that's a
Pretty good.
steal. Honestly, the art's fabulous too. The rigging
Mhm.
is phenomenal. And I'm like, all right, DM you. How much can I get for a custom? Because sometimes pre-made model artists, people that are selling it, will let you do custom models.
Yeah.
All right, if they want to. But no,
Yeah.
for
Okay.
just 2.0, it's like
Yeah.
evolve your stuff, bro. You were a
Yeah.
schoolgirl. All right, bet. Turn you into a teacher.
Surprisingly, I
Or
haven't seen too much of that, but I've honestly, I feel like that'd be super easy. Not easy, but like, it's a good concept.
some people like even just get 2.0 models because of different art, different art
Yeah,
styles.
yeah,
Hmm.
that's fine. Yeah, ain't no problem with that.
And I will say, just because you share an artist or a rigger that
Mhm.
shares the same one with a bigger VTuber
Hmm,
makes you VTuber sisters, but that does not make you besties. Okay,
that's true. Yeah, honestly, I feel like
that
that's.
don't mean
I haven't encountered that really at all, but I feel I see your point there. I definitely see your
don't be
point
like,
there.
oh my god, I have the same one as this. Can I have your Facebook? No.
Facebook, what?
Can I have your
Hello?
phone number? Where do you
That's
live?
crazy.
No.
That's crazy. People need to going into like we talked about this almost a little bit with like the viewers and the parasocialism. People need to
Mm-hmm.
like what is it? Like boundaries and like what's what's another way to explain that? Oh, I mean, yeah, boundaries. I feel like
No,
ultimately.
because some people just don't have boundaries. Like some people will be like, "Oh my god, he follows me on TikTok. Oh my god, he loves me." No, legit, I had a bigger VTuber follow me on TikTok. I legit because I was live and
Yeah.
I was in such shock. I legit after live, I'm like, "Hey yo, big fan, homie. I appreciate you stopping by. That's
Yeah.
it." I do talk in his stream, but that's it. I already know he ain't gonna
Right.
holla at me. He ain't gonna do shit.
Right. Like even regardless, that's how you like just start out any type of like, conversation, interaction or whatever.
When
You
people
don't
say know your worth, also know your place.
yeah, right. And it's just like, what don't go off don't go straight to 10, right? Just be like,
Yeah.
if they like follow you or whatever, be like, "Yo, thanks for the follow," or just like try to start like just a normal like
Don't make
casual
a big deal out
conversation.
of it. Don't
Yeah.
spend 5 minutes live on your stream congratulating him, being so thankful. Don't shout him out on freaking Twitter. That's like,
That's a bit
huh?
much. You're doing too
Like,
much. You're doing too
especially like
much.
some people on Twitter do that when like they follow them back on Twitter. I'm like, it's just a follow back.
Yeah, it's a bit much. It's a bit much.
I've had two. I've had someone live on another other big YouTuber follow me on Twitch, and I'm like, cool.
Yeah, cool.
Keep on with
Thanks.
your content creating, bro.
Yeah. Don't
I
get
understand
too
to
wrapped.
content create, you gotta be dramatic, but
Yeah.
it's just a follow, homie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk to you.
That's the thief.
Expect
Uh,
the unexpected. If you expect that they're not gonna do it and they really do it, that means it's more of a natural reaction and it's more
mm,
heartfelt.
okay. Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. That's true. Yeah, honestly, that is so true. And it's just like, you can, if we want to go in that direction as well, it's just like, if you want to like form a friendship with them or whatever, what have you, again, you
Mm-hmm.
gotta start that slow. Like, again, you just start with
Mm-hmm.
normal conversation first, or like, just like,
Yes.
yeah, well, you don't need to go to 10. Like, let's start at 2 or 1, you know?
Because they're already gonna expect if they're a bit like a way bigger VTuber than you, and you're already being like, hey, let's be best friends and trying to go with that, they're already being like, you're chasing
Yeah.
clout right now. You're gonna use me. We're not really friends, and you're just gonna be like, I'm here to take all your shit.
Yeah.
They,
Like,
they
again,
already have a guard up.
like again, what you said is just like you start out just being like, if they follow it, or just like, yo, thanks, I appreciate it, and if they stream, just show up there and be like, hey, what's up, how you doing, like, be a little bit part of their community, like,
And if they remember you and legit call out, be like, oh yeah, you're that TikTok streamer, giggle internally, okay? That's it.
yeah, yeah, people need to, yeah, boundaries. I feel like that's such an important thing. You gotta know your place, know your role, as I say.
Mm-hmm. Know your place, know your worth.
Okay, cool. Got the next one here, which is we kind of talked about that earlier, actually, showing your personality and design. Yeah, well, kind of like we
Oh,
talked
we
about it
did
a little
have
bit.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if you're a cozy person, just have a cozy design. If you're chaotic, it's okay.
It's okay to do the opposite as well. Yeah, I don't know
It's
why I
okay to
did
be
that
opposite, yeah.
twice.
So,
Okay, we kind of went a little bit into how do you start a design. We kind of went a little bit into that.
kind
Um,
of.
I mean, like, honestly, some of the ways that you started was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Of just like, oh, I like this, and then you go, beyond past that. Maybe you research some stuff. Maybe you find
Mm-hmm.
some stuff out, right? Start from there, like your interests, maybe. It could be like how I did it, where it's just a little bit more casual. It's just like, well, I want to try something, so I'm just gonna try something. Okay, that something is basing it off myself, and it's just like that's fine too. That's also
Mm-hmm.
fine.
But you could legit be pajama girl just
Yeah.
because you like to sleep,
Hmm.
and I'd be okay with that. But
Yeah.
then it's like, honestly, you have to think. It's legit. It's a process. Before even
Mm.
going into your design, you have to legit think about it for about 3-4 months at least, and
Hmm.
then planning it out will take about a year if you're slow.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
It
like,
takes that. It takes that. It takes that. It takes time.
it takes time. Don't ever rush it,
Yeah.
because if you're putting money into it, especially,
Which you
take
shouldn't
your
be doing
time
in the
with it.
beginning, but
At the beginning, no.
yeah.
But like, if you're
At a certain
rebranding and
point.
like,
Yeah. At a certain point,
yeah,
you will. Yeah.
like,
That's. I think that's why you start super chill and super safe, so that
mm-hmm,
while it's going in the background, you can still be doing your like stuff with
mm-hmm.
something. Yeah.
It's what is it? Especially if like it's like let's like for instance with the cat girls, if you're really trying to figure out how to start it, all right, you can have a theme. You can legit be like, all right, an animal and a theme. Cat
Yeah.
girl, witch,
Yeah.
boom, and then you just go from there.
Go from there. Right. Yeah.
Cafe, because I like coffee, and bunny,
Yeah. There you go. Boom.
boom.
Easy. Yeah.
Like,
Again, something that you enjoy, something simple to digest as well, right? So
mm-hmm.
someone can be like, again, first impressions are such a big thing of just like somebody going in there for the first time, getting a good grasp of like, again, if you care about like your design and lore and things like that, something that's easily digestible is going to be a
Male
lot better.
succubus is fine, but at the same time, you better have the mentality to deal with the dumb people that come into your stream expecting
Yeah.
you to call them baby girl, darling.
Right.
And
You
if they
gotta.
respond with daddy, you better respect it and you better call them out.
Or if you don't want that, just like have something ready for a response.
It depends. Are you like the daddy kind of succubus, or are you like the twink one?
Gotta determine that. Gotta determine that. That's Incubus. Oh
That's
yeah,
the incubus. Yeah, I
Incubus. Yeah,
forgot.
yeah.
Yeah,
I know from
there's
Persona.
that. But it depends.
Oh, Fox because my last name means Fox. There you go. Simple as.
Nice.
Sometimes simple as, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Again, I think it goes back to that little thing I mentioned earlier. Of just like, um, oh my goodness, I forgot my train of thought for like 2 seconds. Um,
Disassociated chat.
yeah, I don't know. I just never got my train of thought.
It's contagious.
I know it really is. Um. I mean, yeah. Well, yeah, regardless, it's like. Oh, I remember now. I remember now. You don't need to like, especially when you're starting out. You don't. Not everything needs to be like perfect. You got everything figured out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're gonna be figuring things out as you go. So just like start with something, of course. Start with something or something you want to do or whatever, and then just keep going from there.
Chinchilla is so cute. Listen, that's the shit that I would want to see. I would want to see a chinchilla one. There is one. Oh my god, but she's like a pink. There is a chinchilla. Fuck.
Mm.
She's. Oh my god, I gotta find her. Hold on, I have to find her. Is it on Twitter? Oh my god, she's pink, and I think she's a European one.
Oh,
Fuck, love her.
interesting.
Chinchilla. How the fuck is Vtuber? Oh, there it is. I don't even know how you fucking Taste. Taste VT. Fucking, it's
Yes.
the cutest thing ever. She's a pink chinchilla with like green highlights in her shit. Oh my
Mm.
god, it's the cutest freaking thing. Her rigging is so great. I had to call her out for a
Mm.
minute because I'm like, I love her.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Go. Go. Go.
Oh my god. Okay.
I love.
Anyways,
I love slaying while exploring with my talking rat.
what
So
was the
people
question?
people seems like bitching jealous. That's really a question. We were just kind of like talking about like whatchamacallit, starting out with like a concept or a theme. It's just like, yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
can have a simple like it's worth it to start with like a simple concept or a simple like a simple route or a simple idea, just so you can branch off from that, or just like having a good place to start is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
there's just some, I don't know, like there's just some people that will like regularly just have like casual clothes as their VTuber design, and then there's intricate ones that are like, all right, cool. How the fuck did you come up with that though? Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's so many unique ones. Like, oh my god, I'm a fox boy samurai. I'm like, next. But then you see an orca reaper, and I'm like, huh?
And so and again,
That's crazy.
different. Like we mentioned this too a little bit earlier, of just like there the what is it? There's an audience for everything. So it might be like, well, one person, like there might be something that you don't like, but like there could be plenty of
Mm-hmm.
other people that do. It's just like, just because one person doesn't like it, or like some people don't like this, it's just like you can find an audience wherever. You can make it work. Uh,
What is this one like? I'm looking at someone now. They're a lightning. Oh, they're a shinobi gang boss. See, that's kind of dope. Like,
interesting.
that's actually pretty dope. Like, his design's pretty dope. I like it. But I'm just looking through
Mm.
Twitter right now, like get like examples, and I'm like, how'd you come up with that shit, bro?
Mm.
Like,
I love.
I genuinely want to. I posted that one time, and I was like, how did you come up with your stuff? Cause I felt like I did a 1, 2, 3, and I was like, boom.
1, 2, 3, boom. Yeah, just
But then
done.
you have people like, for instance, Iron Mouse. She goes through models like shit, and I'm like, how the fuck do you come up with these designs? Like, I don't understand. You have
Yeah.
someone in the background that actually designs it for you, but like, still, I don't. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, she probably just like thinks of an idea and it's like, oh, I should do that, or I should have this design or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like boom, just go like spawns from like it starts from a thought and then you just like make it happen. I feel like she's definitely the type of person that like if she has like a thought or she has something that she wants to do, she'll just make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why. And honestly, like, not to say that people should like, kind of again the money thing or whatever, what have you, or just like if you change your mind or you want to just make something up or make something fresh, like go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. Go for it. Don't feel like you're restricted.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Real quick, since we do have a good chunk of time here, I
Yeah.
did wanna. You mentioned that little tweet earlier of just like we listen, we don't judge.
Yeah.
I found the tweet. I kind of want to look at some of them, see what we think about them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to you too, just in case you find one you want to talk about. 'Cause I think some of these can be really interesting.
Are you looking at the one from?
That's the one I found. This is the one I found.
Yeah. Thank God.
Kind of curious. I mean, I'm kind of
Yeah,
curious
that's
what.
the one.
Yeah,
That's the one I looked at.
they're
Okay.
essentially hot takes, more or less, right? They're
Very.
essentially hot takes. Yeah.
Listen,
Um.
honestly, hot take right now. How
Mm,
your VTuber looks depends on who stops by, or it depends on how your views go. If you're looking at
Yeah.
numbers and statistics, from my own experience, it
Yeah.
matters.
Oh yeah. I mean, it definitely plays a role, right? Going back into that first impression thing. Sometimes people click just based on the design, and there you go. Let's see what people have here.
Like right here, see, Lumi even says right here, expect hate and trolls. It's part of your hobby or career that is never mentioned.
Yeah, that's true. But again, like, I mean, first of all, it sucks that it happens, and of course, it shouldn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, yeah, you need to be at least somewhat mentally prepared for that, right? You need to at least somewhat be mentally prepared that that is gonna happen. It's just like preparing yourself to be like, okay, what do I do when this common situation is going to occur, because it will occur.
Honestly, being a VTuber, if you think about it, I feel like it's a lonely ass road. You might
Sometimes,
have
yeah, it
some
can be, yeah.
friends. Yeah, it is. I feel like it is. You will have friends.
Mm-hmm.
I say that lightly because some friends are not even friends. Some friends are just
Mm.
acquaintances, and
That's
people
true.
just do not understand that.
Yeah.
Get you some really close friends, at least 5. That
Yeah.
you can have people that you vibe with, but people who you tell your deepest, darkest secrets to, it better be like just 5.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, don't
'Cause
don't be. It's.
don't
I
be
think
trust.
it's good to like share your feelings and things like that, but you do have to be like very specific about who you share like specifically things with, right?
VTubers are cool, but I don't get the appeal of making people associate your voice and personality with something that looks nothing like you.
Like,
That
no,
goes
no,
with
I do
me.
agree. Honestly, like, and honestly, that's a hot take too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when like I see a certain design and like the voice doesn't fit that, I'm just like, okay, well, here I go. Bye, bye, bye.
Listen, I've seen someone who has a daddy ass model and he's always shirtless on his stream, but has the twinkiest freaking voice. And I'll admit, I still follow him, but I don't go to
Right.
his streams because I'm like, your voice doesn't match the model.
Mm-hmm. And again, listen, if they have an audience that's into that, more power to them, right?
More power to you,
More
bro. I
power to
feel
you,
like he's
right?
streaming.
Oh my goodness, are you okay? They're finding you.
Like, hold her throat. Like, for instance, I'm gonna call him out. Little Nicto.
Oh my gosh.
Have you heard of him?
No.
I'm gonna put you his tweet right now. Not his
Okay.
tweet. His link to his shit.
Sure.
I don't know how he came up with this,
Mm-hmm.
but his design. I would have never thought of this shit. There's no way. He's a celestial being. Oh, undead knight who makes music and games. But like his design is so good.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool, yeah.
I'm like, and he's very, very smart. Like, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It's just.
You good?
I don't know. I'm just amazed by his fucking model right now.
You
I
got
wanna
you in
look at the
hits
retweets.
then.
I want to look
Mm-hmm.
at retweets. Because a lot of people.
Yeah,
do that.
that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the retweets.
I was looking at the comments. We listen and we don't judge. I genuinely feel like we're all clout chasers if we're really trying to like.
To
You
a
could
like
say,
to a
honestly,
yeah to a
if
degree.
I feel like no one's really like, hey, you want to collab? It's because we want to grow.
Yeah.
Not because I like playing games with you. It might be that, but I genuinely feel like it's like 75-25.
There's always
75
yeah.
It's because I really want to play with you. 25, a little bit in me is like I can grow from this dude.
Right, and that's not right. That's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Like having that be a part of the reason you want to do it is not a bad thing. And now, if that's like the only reason, or even worse, if that's all that you want and you actually hate the person or you don't like the person, right? like it can have problems, but just like having a desire to grow from collabing and working with people, there's nothing wrong with that, right? That's just, that's just normal business to a degree, right? Look at
Every VTuber is annoying and needs to shut the fuck up. That's wild.
sometimes listen.
That's crazy.
So listen. Sometimes the internet has given people a voice, and sometimes those people shouldn't have a voice. That's all I'm gonna say.
Here we go. I sadly think so many VTubers are immensely fake and don't actually want friends unless they benefit them statistically. See?
Yeah.
Someone else said it.
Right. I feel like there's a line, right? I feel like everybody to a degree when it comes to like working with people or collaborative works, it's just like, yeah, again, they do want to grow from that. But where is that line for you? I think is a big factor, right? Where is that line? Like you were talking about percentages earlier, like 75-25 is just like some people, it's like 5% is because of the person and 95% is because they want to grow. And it's like, okay, now I can see where there's some issues, right?
I genuinely feel like here's another like we listen and we don't judge shit.
Yeah.
I genuinely feel like there are some people who should not be streamers and should just work a 9 to 5.
Which is fine, right? It's not for everybody.
It's even vice versa. Before even doing like this, you need to work a 9 to 5 and just to gain freaking social skills, bro.
Yeah, like, that's a big thing too. Yeah, some people. Yeah, again, I mentioned it earlier, right? Some people in this space have never really talked to other people before, and it definitely shows. Lack of social skills. Could definitely be apparent.
Oh my god.
What's up?
Sorry, I got my new overlays.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Oh, this is a good one. Here we go. You can make genuine friendships within the VTuber sphere, but others think that as VTubers, you just have to be friendly with whoever you meet, regardless if you vibe or not. Know your boundaries and take your time, make friends, and get to know people. It's not a race. Right. You don't have to be
Mm-hmm.
friends with everybody. You don't have to want to collab with everybody. You don't have to want to
Mm-mm.
work with everybody.
Not
Like,
everyone you meet, you're gonna vibe with, bro.
yeah,
There'll be
yeah.
some people where you're gonna butt heads and never talk to ever again. There will be some people who hate your fucking guts just because you associate with other people.
That too, right? That is a very big thing. I feel like that goes down a route of like something that I've been thinking. Just like, listen, a lot of sometimes for better or and mostly for worse, VTubing can feel a lot like high school and very clicky. Like that's very true.
Very. I even said it on stream, and someone was like, "That is not correct." I'm like, "Yes, it is correct.
It's very correct,
This is where
unfortunately.
the opinions will butt heads, but at
Mm.
the end of the day, everyone is allowed to have an opinion. Are we
Yeah,
not? And you have just as much right to just walk away from the situation and not make it a big deal. But it's
yeah,
Twitter. Listen, if you
yeah.
can survive bullying in high school, you can survive VTubing.
There's it's very unfortunate how sometimes there's really similar. Again, I feel like that's a big important thing to remember as well when it comes to VTubing. Is just like,
Mhm.
again, we were talking about like space earlier, right? You make your
Mhm.
own space and you gotta be in charge of it, have your rules, have your vibes, right? And stick to those things. That can go within like people you're working with too. If you find somebody and like you want to either collab with them or they're requesting to collab with you, like look up their stuff, like figure out what they make, like find out what type of like person they are, check vibe check, like literally something as simple as like a vibe check, right? you
Mhm.
know you don't feel like you have to or like you must or like, oh, I got to or else I'm gonna not gonna succeed. It's just like you're gonna call yourself more headaches if you're getting somebody you don't like necessarily work with or vibe with. Oh, this one. Okay, this one I actually super resonate with, and
But
this is especially true with like the Twitter thing. I see this one right here, and it reminds me. So this person says those VTubers who say they're going to raid you and never do it, and just do it for clout and follows. Like I see that everywhere on Twitter. I'm just like, hey guys, put your links down. I'm looking for people to like raid and follow, and it's
oh,
just like,
the
yeah,
the
they don't do
the
any of that.
clickbaiters, the
Yeah, yeah.
clickbaiters. No.
It's just like they don't do
And the
any of that.
raffles too. I genuinely feel like the
The
raffles are just
raffles, yeah,
weird
to a degree,
because I've
yeah.
seen someone be like, "I've won 2 raffles this year and I've never received the artwork."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Listen, you probably put in that raffle 4 months ago and probably completely forgot about it until they're actually like, hey, you won."
Yeah. Yeah, I hate that clickbait the most, where it's just like,
Mm-mm-mm.
hey, I'm looking for more friends, or like, oh, I'm looking for more people to raid. Put your stuff down here,
Mhm.
and it's just like, I don't know, like, so sometimes I have this thought. I'm just like, I don't want to cause too much problems or things like that. But sometimes I have this thought of just like calling people out of that, just like, oh, did you ever raid such and such? Just like
Mhm.
asking them, and it's just like, of course they didn't, because there's people that like, again, it's fine to not raid certain people. There's nothing wrong with that. I just want to make that known. But if you're gonna make a post like, "Oh, I'm gonna be rating and following people who follow here," and it's just like, okay, now you've
Mhm.
opened that door and you gotta like pay up. But of course,
Just
so
like
many
those
people don't
collab
pay up.
ones too. They're like, hey,
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I want to
here's
work
a
with.
collab sheet, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I made one of those tweets once of just like, oh hey, anybody want to like collab or things like that, and I at least messaged or attempted to DM every single one of them to try and figure out like, hey, what do you want to do, or like, I see you're interested such and such. I at least gave a conversation, right,
mm-hmm.
to each person. Like you don't have to like let's say you're making like a collab post. You don't gotta collab with every single person that responds to that post. No, it's just a initial post so you can get like, an idea or like
Mm-hmm.
a range or like a subset of people, and then you can take the step two, which is just like finding out who they are, checking their vibe, being like, what do you want to do or what do you want to be into, but at least give them that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
have the decency, I guess is one way to put it. Speeches says, I've seen that many VTubers are introverts at heart. that found their place to be extroverted. They assume other VTubers are nice because the space has kind of the same type of people. Nasty people are everywhere, though. That's true. That's true. That's true.
It's what is it? What was the question? Lost my train of thought. God damn it. Damn it. Okay.
It's okay. You might find it again.
That's crazy. Someone said sometimes when I go to my BRB screen, I use the bathroom. I don't even get up. I just scroll on TikTok to set a timer. Man, listen, that's
Wait,
valid.
TikTok.
Sometimes, listen, especially if you're a longer like streamer who have not longer streamer, but like if you're a streamer that goes longer than like 4 hours.
Yeah, which is me.
Yes,
I do
it's
that.
okay to do that. Mute everything, and then just boom.
Yeah, sometimes you need a break. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you need a break. Yeah, I've definitely taken breaks before where like I'll just do something a little bit extra because I'm already like up, so I might as well do something like a little bit more.
Dude, you
so
can
like,
do both. Go to the bathroom and be on your phone, bro. Well,
Yeah.
you're a dude, so it won't work. But yeah,
Love me a poop.
true. I don't know. But like, I've never emotionally recovered from. What?
Oh, this is a good one. Kind of obvious, but this is a good one. Someone says tons of VTubers expect to just blow up because they hit go live and refuse to put in any actual work outside of streams, like making YouTube videos or TikTok videos. Then they complain that things aren't working out, even though they didn't even try to make it work. That's true. Very simple, but yeah.
A lot of whenever I go to like, especially those servers, the Discord servers that are like, hey, VTuber hangout here, da 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 da. I'm like, so I'm the person that'll help you set up everything. I'm the person that'll make stuff for you because I use Canva a lot and I love using Canva. I love making
that's what this presentation is made.
Yeah, like I'll help you make like a stream schedule for you. I'll help you do this. I'll help you put your presentation together, whatever. I'm like, so what do you do whenever you're live? Like, well, I just go live. I'm like, did you not post on Twitter? No, did you not boost in your server or in like? I used to have my Discord server, my everything, all the folders and stuff. I used to have folders. I put a self-promo folder, friends server, and then that. And then like the ones I have like for the games. That was my last one. I rarely go into them. But like I would have everyone lined up, ready for me to like copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. It's okay to do that. That's how you start out, bro. Yeah. But once you get a consecutive viewership stuff going, you just end up not doing that. Like I don't do the Discord stuff, but I do that live shit though.
Yeah, like.
And if you have a Discord server, set up your events in your Discord, because that helps me.
Like we have so many like different people use different things. Some people use Twitter. Some people just use Discord. Some people just use Twitch. Some people only use YouTube or TikTok. And it's just like you have all these resources to post and put stuff on, so might as well take advantage of that. Like for me, whenever I like do my normal streams, I always multi-stream to YouTube as well because YouTube just has like better discovery than Twitch in my opinion. And sometimes people will cross over, sometimes people won't cross over.
It has better discovery than freaking TikTok, especially with your clips. It's a lot better. Oh my god, one of my videos reached about 1,000, and I had posted it up like a month ago. And I'm like, huh? What do you mean?
Yeah. Sometimes they just pop, like the algorithm just picks it up and then it just pops off. But like, if
you
you never put it there,
the algorithm is though.
Yeah,
and it's hard sometimes.
Yeah. Like something that is really important, and it may sound like a little bit more on the rude side, but it's honestly just so true. Like to a degree, you're in competition with so much people. You know, like. Trying to figure out like what's good for the algorithm or like what's worth it to make or whatever, and it's just like other people are trying to figure that out too at the same time, and like to a degree you are competing with them. Yeah,
you generally have to keep on like I'm looking at my shorts right now on my YouTube. One video had 586 views, and then the most recent one that I put up November 30th only has 3.
Yeah, that'll happen.
So like shit you can put as many tags as you want, but like sometimes it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
It won't work the same way.
But again, you still got to keep putting the stuff out there, which is the important part. You just got to keep putting stuff out there. Let me find one more from this post. These are good. I've enjoyed the ones that they've put here. Some people have some good knowledge.
And then I just honestly feel like a lot of people, like how we're doing now, will
Yeah.
say our opinions. A lot of people will be like, I don't agree with your opinion. I think you're
Mm.
also a piece of shit for having that opinion.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Listen, you can have an opinion.
Yeah.
And still be friends.
Right. Like why?
Like
Yeah, yeah,
huh?
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, like IRL, I have homophobic friends, and IRL, I
Mm.
have racist friends.
Mm.
That don't mean that I am no longer friends with them. No, I push past aside that shit, and I just
Mm.
keep on being friends with them. Like that's their
Mm.
beliefs. They want to do whatever they want. I have a sadist friend, and I'm just like,
Oh my
she's scary as fuck. But god damn,
god.
the bitch makes
Oh
me
man.
laugh though, and she bought me Chipotle one time, so
Damn.
we're okay.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it's a big thing. What are the things I see here? I think this would be a good one. Oh my goodness, I lost it. No. Okay, there we go. Because this regards to what we were talking about earlier. We need to see more diverse models. Go wild. You have a unique tool to give your eyes movement. Be better. And
I
that's
thought you meant like uniqueness, like hey, it's okay to be like a different color. I'm
yeah,
like,
like
huh?
well, yeah, not that. But like,
Yeah.
but in regards to like designs, right? It's just like the world is your oyster, right? You
Yeah.
don't need to like follow something just because like something more popular is doing it
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, right? Like been talking about this a lot, and it's just like you have so many options. So like you literally create your
You
creativity is
literally
so
have a
open.
million options and you went
Mm,
for the most basic fucking
basic
one.
thing, yeah,
Really?
basic thing ever.
Really? Damn,
Right.
dude. Wow. You could have went for like, hey, yo, listen, I'm gonna be a cello player,
Mm.
but I want to be a cat girl too. But you want to know what? Let's have a music. What the fuck is that? The orchestra? I don't fucking know anymore. I don't know anymore. It's just, it's okay to be basic. I'm not saying it's wrong to be basic. It's
Yeah.
okay to be basic.
But it's just like you can't
But
you
do
can do
not
so much
get
more.
mad when you're
Yeah,
not doing well
that's true too. Yeah,
because you look like everybody else.
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Y- Whatever I think something important is like whatever it is you do to stand out, make sure you are
Mhm.
doing something to stand out, right?
Mhm.
Whether that be in your design, whether that be in like what type of vibe you set or how you carry yourself, whether it be like what type of like videos or type of streams that you do, because like somebody could have like a generic like fox girl design or like cat girl
Mhm.
design, but their streams are like really unique or they do something really crazy or really special that nobody else is doing. It's like, okay, that could be your unique thing, but you need some type of factor there that can set you like off compared to other people, because again, it is so competitive. Like literally you can scroll on like Twitch or Twitter for like 3 hours and still find new VTubers. That's how many like people are doing this.
Mhm. Like, oh, that's disgusting. Um, what was it? Like if I look up Fox VTuber, does it give me like how many?
I don't know.
There's a lot though. I'm over it. I don't even want to look at this shit no more. There's a list. God. God. No, I'm not. I don't want to look at this no more. Nope. Anyway, but it's just like, listen, Kodra. Do I look like a cat girl now? Anyway,
Yeah.
it's just think about your concept,
Mm-mm-mm.
especially if you really want to make this like your actual job.
Oh yeah, that too.
Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're only doing this as a side job, it's okay.
Yeah, look like you're aiming the gun
Listen,
at
I
me.
work. I do. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I just
Put
think
it
it's
in the
funny.
bag.
It's just funny.
Put it in the bag.
I don't have a bag.
Give me your money.
I don't have any. I'm broke.
Same.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing this. Alright, but like, think about your shit. Don't just be like the next little like Mary Jane out there and just be the same thing.
Yeah, let your. I think everybody has creativity in them. It's just they gotta like
You
find
want to
it.
be the main character? Stop acting like an NPC. There you
There you
go.
go. There you go. There you go. All right. Let's do the final point here, and I think we'll start wrapping it up.
What was it?
It was the balance in design. You know, we talked about that for a little bit.
Listen, can't listen. I'm
I'm
gonna go
listening.
with it. I'm gonna
Uh
start
huh.
off with, like, listen.
Okay.
There should be a balance. There should not be. I understand there's a tag that says chaotic. That's your
Mm.
personality. Your model should not have 15 different things going on it.
Yeah. You
Unless
got.
it's a subathon and you have like stuff going on. But like,
Mm-hmm.
what was it? It was whenever that big VTuber drama happened when the first tier list came out,
Oh
and
yeah,
it
that
was
chillers
like
video.
where the girls were like, "Look at this," and they're like, "I don't even know what's going on here." She has
That
like
was so
7 different
dumb.
wings. It was so dumb. They could have been nicer, but at the same time, they were
Yeah.
speaking truth. She had
Yeah.
like
To
seven
the end.
different wings, cat ears, a fox tail, and I'm like, and she looked like a nurse, but
Mm-hmm.
an angelic nurse, and I was like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on.
Right. Like,
Huh?
yeah. To talk about that list, I think to a degree they were like broadly like bringing up some good kind of ideas. I mean, they
They
were
were
doing it in a
doing their
horrible
job.
way. They were doing it in a
See?
they were
Yes, they
doing
were
it in a
doing.
horrible
Okay,
way.
listen, I feel like it's both parties' fault because they were
Yeah.
doing their job. They could have been nicer, but they were doing what they
Yeah.
said they were going to do.
Yeah.
Critique your design. Now it is your job as the person that puts an admission ticket in and be like, hey, I want to put my design in here. Be prepared to get your shit rocked
Right. Like, what
or
is
to
it?
get praised, bro.
Yeah. There's a difference between like for the was it against the ones who did the list. It's like there's a difference between like bashing and constructive criticism. Like
Yeah.
that design needed some good constructive criticism, not bashing though, right? Like
Mm-mm.
yeah. I agree. It's just like that design definitely was super
It
duper
can
cluttered
be,
and could have been better.
there's a simple
Mm-hmm.
there's simple designs, okay? But then there's
Yeah.
also like the designs that are chaotic as shit. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck you are. I have a friend, and his friend was like, well, my friend legit said, hey, so I have a friend who's a cat fox. And I'm like, bitch, what? So I'm like, let me look at the damn design because I'm so confused at what you're talking about. Legit had cat ears and a fox tail. And I'm just like, that just looks like a kitsune. Well, no, they're a cat fox. And I was like, that looks like a kitsune. No, well, they're a cat fox. I'm like, stop fucking saying that. It looks like a fox. So if you're gonna have a very, very like complicated concept, I need you to understand that people will come into your stream and be like, "Oh, it's a cat girl."
That too. You gotta be at least be
Don't be stupid and be like,
cognizant of that.
actually, I'm a cat fox. No, bitch, you look like a freaking cat girl. You look like a fox right now. The fuck? Get your shit together.
It should get crazy. And I will say, sometimes again, um going back to what I said before, just like there's an audience for everything. Honestly, sometimes I do think this is genuinely true. There's definitely an audience for people who just do those like crazy, very involved, like a bunch of stuff designs, and the people who will be into that. And that listen, at the end of the day, if you can find an audience and you can make it work and you're making it work, like listen, more power to you, 100%. I think ultimately like all the advice and even all the things that we're saying, it's like use this to like use these things as like tools to like, guide you. But if you can go listen, you could follow a path that goes against everything that we've said and you can find success. That can happen. There's nothing wrong with that. If you can make it work, make it work.
Like here's a perfect example of if you don't read her bio first before looking at her model, you're gonna be like, what the fuck's going on? For instance, Roxy Manticore.
Mm-hmm.
She's a manticore. I didn't know what the fuck a manticore was.
Oh
So
yeah,
her bio
Manticore. Yeah.
is your manticore queen or your mantiqueen with an appetite. I had to
Mm-hmm.
look at what a manticore was.
Mm-hmm.
It's a head of a human, body of a
Yeah.
lion, and the
Yeah.
tail of a scorpion or dragon. I'm like, okay, bet. Now I know what a manticore is, and I'm just like, great, because she has horns, cat ears, a scorpion tail, claws for hands, which by the way, that's an absolute, I love that concept on your design. And then she has bat wings, and I'm just like, the fuck's going on in your design? the fuck's going? I'm so confused right now. But it's a
Right.
manticore. You're supposed to have 3 different fucking things going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then you have, I don't even know, like someone did something and I beyond was like, I'm so confused on what your concept is at the moment. I'm like, huh?
Right. 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 Okay. Yeah. 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 All right.
What is this? Oh, there
What's
was
that?
one.
Okay.
There was one. I saw it just for a minute. I don't know what her name is, but she has it's a butterfly dragon.
Oh,
Her
interesting.
model's beautiful. Don't get me
Mm.
wrong, her model's very beautiful.
Right.
I just don't understand and see how the fuck a butterfly dragon works. This isn't
Yeah.
fucking fairy tale, bitch. Can't be a light dragon, huh?
Yeah, sometimes people need. Sometimes it's worth it. I think it's worth it to have like harmony to a degree, or like balance, right? It's worth it to have like balance to a degree, and even if it's something like more out there, you can make it have like balance, and it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
especially with like the one you just said, it's just like, oh, it's a combination of these two like crazy things, and even if
Mm-hmm.
it like
Now,
you
if you
could
put
still make it.
shapeshifter, I understand.
Yeah, yeah, like
If you
you
put
can still make it work.
shapeshifter, completely understand what the
You
hell's
can make it
going
work.
on.
You can make it work.
Yeah.
And again, ultimately, at the end of the day, like, listen, anything can work. I think that's a
Mm-hmm.
big rule of thumb. It's just like if you find your peoples, if you find your audience, you can make anything work. Like, it's all good. It's all
Yeah. What is this one? Yeah, I don't know what you are. I'm trying to figure out like who else.
good. Hmm.
What the hell is this? Yandere bunny. Okay,
Interesting.
mate. Yeah, I get that. Like for okay, that's a perfect example. A yandere bunny streamer.
Mm.
You don't have to act like a yandere. I'm just saying.
I too. Yeah. Going back to that again, you
It's
don't need to
probably just
always
the
go.
colors that correspond or correlate with being a yandere, which is
Mm.
basically like red, black, and white. That's fine.
Right.
You're not an actual yandere.
And here's the thing too. Going back to like making different type of like content or whatever. If you want to like go into that for like a little bit to like have like a clippable moment or something that you can like put on Twitter, put on YouTube or whatever, like do that. But like you don't have to do it constantly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you can do it like sometimes occasionally. You could do it just for like a clippable moment or whatever. But like
Mm-hmm.
you don't gotta be that constantly. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Here's another instance where it's
Yeah.
like the animal and theme. This dude is legit a crow gang boss. Animal theme.
Ah.
Boom.
That's a yeah. I think that's a really good way to like if you want to like break it down in a simple way of just like
Mm-hmm.
find a good theme. Yeah, yeah, like animal or whatever have you, and then like yeah, you have a theme with that.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it stand up very nicely. Okay, cool.
What the hell's going
Um,
on?
any last things as we kind of wrap this up? I feel like we hit a lot of really cool stuff.
No one's gonna make your content but you, homie.
True.
You can
So
do all
true.
the collabs you want, but at the end of the day, you're the only one making your own content.
Mm-hmm. Agree. Um, yeah, I super agree with that. It's just like, listen, when it's something like creative like this, it's like the world is your oyster, but there's different parts to it too. Like prepare, but don't be super prepared to a degree that you don't ever start. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So many people try to be perfect from the beginning. It's just like, well, you're not even starting. And that's fine. Things are a growing process. At the same time, you can find an audience for everything. Finding the audience can be difficult, but you can find an audience for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Do what it is you want to do, right? But at the same time, be reasonable about it. You can't throw a bunch of crap at the wall and be like, I'm gonna keep trying things. I'm gonna keep trying things. It's like find something that works and stick to it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It take time to find it,
There's
but there
gotta
you
be some shit, dude.
go. All right. I think that'll wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining me, Safi. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
If I was toxic, I'm sorry. I'm just speaking the truth.
No, you're good. You're good. I think it was a fun conversation. I think people enjoyed it as well. And I think we talked about a lot of important things that a lot of people either can feel like, oh, maybe I shouldn't talk about this, or maybe I shouldn't mention this because
I feel like people need to stop doing that. Like, talk about it, bro.
you need to.
Stop
Yeah.
hiding. You have to. It's okay to have different. Having more perspectives on a topic is the way to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, if you're gonna have a lot of closed-mindedness, people who are gonna white knight each other
Mhm.
just because, and that's not okay.
Mhm. Yeah. 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 Like, yeah. It's just like, listen. It's okay. It's okay. Listen, if we don't all speak and like say our opinions about things, like how are we ever gonna grow? You know,
Mm-mm.
collectively.
Share with the class, man. Why do you think I help people like put their shit together?
Mm-hmm.
I share with the class.
Exactly. All right. Well, that was enjoyable. Thank you so much for joining, Safi. Again, just let me give you one last shout out. One last shout out before we wrap it up here. Please do check out Safi's stuff. Thank you so much for
Ew.
joining. And yeah, everybody, thanks
See,
Safi for
see, see.
coming. Thank you, thank you,
Love you
thank you so
guys. You
much.
guys were amazing.
And yeah, catch you later.
I haven't helped at all. You're a butthole, Cauldra. I've helped plenty. What happened to being your Safi's my Oshi.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Damn.
You knew.
Damn.
All right, sweet.
That's okay. I'll call you daddy in the VC tonight. Don't worry.
Oh my god.
Alright.
All right, I'll catch you later. Thank you so much for coming.
Goodbye.
See ya. All right, sweet. Good stuff. Good stuff. That was a good topic. That was a good topic. I want to have more VTuber topics because I feel like I need to do more VTuber.